Hey guys, it's Dave with Dave Drives. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Got a good one for you today. Just arrived the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5. And while everything on the outside may look familiar, everything underneath has changed. This comes in 5 trim levels. MSRP range between $30,000 and $40,000. So this is the completely redesigned 3rd generation CX-5. It still looks like a CX-5 from my point of view, but Mazda has made this one a little bit longer, as well as roomier and much more technology focused. I'll show you some stuff on the inside. The big question is whether Mazda improved the CX-5's practicality without taking away the personality that has made it so popular. This particular trim is the S Premium Plus in rhodium white metallic. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about this front end design, shall we? Mazda didn't completely reinvent the CX-5's appearance. It didn't have to. This is more of an evolution of design. You can see it's a little wider, more planted, if you recall, versus the outgoing CX-5. I'm just curious whether you think this looks cleaner, more upscale, or maybe a little more generic than before. Now from this angle, you can see better how the CX-5 has grown from the side profile. It's about 4.5 inches longer than the previous generation. The wheelbase now about 110 inches, which is one reason Mazda was able to improve the back seat room, which I'll give you a demo of. It still has a slightly sporty, swept back look right there, rather than the boxier look of some of its competitors. The base trim gets 17-inch wheels, while the preferred and higher versions get the 19-inch wheels. Mazda is using the brand name on the back instead of relying on the traditional badge. Do you miss it? Do you notice? The rear does look cleaner and more substantial than the old one. Preferred models receive a power liftgate, while the Premium Plus adds a hands-free operation. Cargo room was one of the weaknesses of the previous generation, and Mazda says this area is now noticeably larger. Let me pull back that security shade. This does look more useful for strollers, luggage, sports equipment, or maybe some Costco runs. I'd still compare this space directly, if I were you, with the CR-V, RAV4, and Forester before deciding to go with the CX-5. Mazda does say this redesign brings substantially more cargo room, while the reclining back seats, which is a 40-20-40 split with a center pass-through, has a little bit more room. And with a simple kick of the foot, you can lower the liftgate. Booyah! So the back seat is supposed to be one of the most important improvements for 2026. Spaciously, oh my goodness. Let's take a look here, show you my back seat legroom. And that is not bad. This actually seat goes up further, so even with this, I've got plenty of room. I'm 5'11". That seat is pushed forward a little bit already, but for here, that's not bad, and it does go forward, so more room for that. Up here, sliding, massive panoramic sunroof, moonroof, gives the illusion and feel of more space when that thing is open. If you recall, the old CX-5 could feel tight, especially behind a taller driver, but now so much better. This now feels more competitive and a legitimate family SUV instead of a particularly great SUV for the person sitting up front. What do you think based on what you see here? Mazda specifically increased the legroom and knee room as well as the headroom, they say. Rear vents begin on the Select, while the Premium adds heated rear seats, while 2 additional USB-C ports. This may be the biggest philosophical change Mazda has made. I'm talking about the driver's seat and the overall interior. The standard 12.9-inch touchscreen, or what I have here, amazing 15.6-inch display on the Premium Plus. Mazda has moved back towards a touchscreen heavy layout. I like it, reducing the number of physical buttons. The materials overall look more upscale than you might expect at this price point. I like it so far, but I want to see whether the new screen is actually easier to use on a regular basis. So far for me, after the first day, yes. Mazda used to have one of my least favorite rotary control systems down below, so this touchscreen layout could be one of the more controversial changes, although I think people will like it a lot more. Now, depending on the trim that you are going to be getting, look for a heated steering wheel and heated front seats. head-up display, that panoramic moonroof, which I really like, ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, a 12-speaker Bose audio system available, ambient interior lighting, paddle shifters, and a 360-degree camera with an underfloor view. Most of the luxury equipment arrives on the Premium and Premium Plus trims, FYI. All right, for 2026, every CX-5 launches with the same naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder, 187 horses, 186 pound-feet of torque. That's connected to a traditional 6-speed automatic, not a CVT, and all-wheel drive remains standard. What's missing is the old turbocharged engine, so performance may be the biggest concern with this redesign. Fuel economy, 24 city, 30 highway, that makes 26 combined. A Mazda-developed hybrid is said to be coming in 2027, but this 2026 model is gas only. I gotta tell you, I'm very impressed with what this looks like, especially on the inside and that extra space. It does seem bigger. It has more technology, more up to speed. And if they do go hybrid in 2027, watch out. This will be very, very competitive. In the meantime, this has been a Just Arrived video on Dave Drives, so subscribe, more coming to you. Thanks for watching. Adios.